happy Sunday, guys. It's September 8th, and as I promised you earlier last week, I am going to do a video today on why I am frustrated with left-wing politics. I hinted about this a few days ago. Hannah Piker did a great talk on the frustration of politics last weekend at Prima Donna Fest. And she pointed out to me that we can't just be frustrated at the right. It's not just the Tories that are the problem, it's the left as well. And the fact that Brexit was passed as a referendum points to a failure on Labour's part and on the left part. And I'm really frustrated with left-wing politics. Now, full disclosure, those of you who know me well and have known me since college or even before recognize that I am pretty much always frustrated with the left, which I know isn't exactly cool to say, but I am going to give you a rundown briefly right now as to where I think liberalism, as much as I love it, is falling down in modern politics. And this is one of the reasons why I joined the Women's Equality Party. Not just because I believe in equality, novel idea, that's what it says in the tin, but I don't think either party, including the left, really quite is there when it comes to making equality happen. I think there's a lot of self-righteousness in people who call themselves left-wing or open-minded. There's a sense that because they vote red, they are always for the underdog, always for what is right, which means that's going to fly in the face of the establishment. Really, I think all of us believe that we are on the morally right side. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in such a passionate rush to act out and debate and correct. But if you look at what the left has done systematically, they've abandoned the north of England after Thatcher destroyed the mining industry in the UK. They are not taking gender equality seriously, in that if you look at their what they've done for maternity leave and early childhood education, the shifts that they've made in creating more maternity leave and statutory maternity pay aren't nearly enough. I think budging it up £1 an hour or £10 a week, which barely takes the sting out of inflation, just isn't good enough. And I'm gonna say it, if you look at how they treat people with disabilities, it's not good enough. Every Christmas I get a letter saying that there's a £10 bonus in December for my personal independence payment. It's a Christmas bonus, and aren't I thankful for that? £10 at December doesn't even cover the cost of the heating bill rise. You look at what Corbyn offered in the 2017 general election. His big plan to revolutionize the carers allowance was to bring it in with job seekers allowance. Make job seekers allowance and carers allowance to be equal. Care is work. I don't know how many times the Women's Equality Party has to keep saying this. To say that you will now, under a Labour government, be paid in line with the people who are looking for work, even though you are already working, is a fundamental problem. It's a fundamental lack of respect on care. Labor and the left doesn't have a cornerstone on the morality issue, and not by any stretch of the imaginatory. But I think the reason why the referendum passed is innately Labor voters, and I'm looking at you, watching me on YouTube right now. Labor voters never believed it was a threat. They never took the conflict within their families and really pressed and had discussions at this dinner table of what a threat Brexit was. Deep within the left is the belief that they are morally right, and right will win out in the end. But then you don't act on it, you don't vote. Honestly, it's like herding cats, trying to get leftist voters to take action and to challenge. It's not noble to say, I don't like conflict, so I'm gonna avoid the difficult political discussions. It is making you complicit. It is making this country hurtle towards what Boris Johnson and the Tories want. It is breaking up the European Union. We have to have the difficult conversations, and we need to do it respectfully and carefully. That means pointing out sexism in the workplace. That means pointing out the lies our loved ones believed on the side of the buses at Brexit. The idea of the government being out of control right now is laughable. It is only out of control because we let it get out of control, because we still live in a democracy. It might not be a wise democracy, but as long as you have the privilege to vote for your elected leaders, you also have the responsibility to challenge the system and have the difficult discussions And again, the left isn't doing that. The left isn't going into the North. The left isn't combating the effects of Thatcherism 30 years later. It means getting out of London and going into the hard and affected regions of the UK and looking your constituents in the eye. It means challenging loved ones at the dinner table. It means engaging in discussions over and over and over until cognitive biases break down. We have to start doing this. It means taking a backbone and calling out sexism and sexual abuse when you see it in your own family, even though it is heartbreaking to call it what it is. Again and again, the left has failed on its promises every bit as much as the right. And as much as we hate the Eton ensconced, holier than thou, can't be bothered attitude on the right, we see that in the left just as much, and it makes political discourse really hard. We have to start challenging each other in the UK. I see no other way to create good, solid change, which I believe most of us, right or left, want. That's all I've got for you today. Sorry that was a 12-minute rant. I'm angry that we are in this mess, and rather than fixing the issues at home, all of our focus is on Brexit and little boys wanting control. I'm not giving them control, and you don't have to either. You are loved, you are precious, and you contain multitudes. Bye.